Well, a new era for the global trade. We recently told you about all the business being done at the major U.S. ports. Now, across the globe, the Suez Canal, through which flows 8% of the world's sea trade, just got bigger. And as Hadley Gamble reports, it could mean a smoother passage for the shipping industry and the fragile Egyptian economy.
It was a historic day for Egypt, replete with pomp and pageantry, and a major political victory for the country's president. A new Suez Canal, 22 miles long, carved out of the Egyptian desert in just under a year at a cost of $8.5 billion, all financed by the Egyptian public. But with analysts already speculating that the government's figures are overly optimistic, a potential windfall of as much as $13.5 billion in increased transit revenues over the next 5 years, it's the economic zones plan for around the canal that the government hopes will rake in the long-term cash. And it's that long-term investment and job growth that Egypt so desperately needs. As Gulf governments begin to tighten the purse strings, the pressure is on President Sisi to perform.
When you come to the conference like this, you can almost feel the economic engine of Egypt starting to rev up.
A string of multi-billion-dollar deals announced in Sharm el-Sheikh in March with the likes of BP and Siemens were a start. And a look at the guest list in Suez, leaders from the Gulf, Africa, Russian Prime Minister Medvedev, and President Hollande of France may shed some light on where the president is hoping to find strategic partners for investment next. Earlier this week, the Obama administration reaffirmed a commitment to deliver 8 F-16 aircraft suspended indefinitely after the overthrow of former President Mohamed Morsi. Secretary Kerry delivered the good news, but was notably absent today. While the presence of so many leaders from the Gulf comes as no surprise given the major monetary commitments over the last few years just to keep the country in the black, President Hollande and Russian Prime Minister Medvedev do reflect a widening of the net, a growing cooperation that's translating into new economic and military deals.
Now, when you speak to Egyptian officials, they do say that this is all about maintaining economic stability over the long term. But for many privately, they also speculate that this is as much about geostrategic realignment as it is about financial opportunity.
For Nightly Business Report, I'm Hadley Gamble on the banks of the Suez Canal.